In today's video, I'm going to be talking about sequencing your downswing. If you're struggling with that sequence, starting with your lower body first, this simple tip could really transform your game. Make sure you check this video out. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is all going to be about the sequencing of your downswing. And I'm going to share with you a really simple tip if it's something you're struggling with. So what we're asking golfers to do when they get to the top of the backswing as they're starting their downswing is start with the ground up. So we want it to be the knees, then the hips, then the core, then the shoulders, the elbow, the wrist, the hands are the last thing to really fire. So it all happens in a split second, yes, but it's the same way if we were going to throw a ball a long way. We wouldn't wind up into the backswing and start with our upper body first. We'd wind up, we'd set the pressure into our back foot, our trail side, and we'd start the movement actually with our lower body first. And the last thing to really accelerate and speed up would be the hand, the wrist. And it's the same way we want to obviously swing the golf club. So we're asking golfers to start with the ground up. And now many golfers, as a reaction to the golf ball, little white ball in front of you, or maybe a yellow one, I got one of each, will get to the top and their reaction is to want to hit it with the upper body. So they're trying to force their upper body, lunge their upper body towards that golf ball. And we tend to see the trail shoulder, so that's my right shoulder for me, go out towards the golf ball. Quite often we see these out to in swing paths, big slices, pulls, loss of energy, loss of power. So if you are someone who's struggling with that sequence, what I'm going to get you to do, especially as a practice drill, and it might be something you like that much you take to the course, I'm going to ask you to try and stop at the top. So I'm going to get that feeling that I actually pause at the top of my backswing to allow me to sequence my downswing better. Many golfers are rushing this movement. Now everybody's got their own tempo. And if it's not causing a problem, you know, Sergio Garcia, Alathabel, lots of players, Nick Price with very quick tempos, have had quick tempos over the years, but it doesn't cause a problem. They're not having a big overswing with it. They're starting their downswing still fine. Then don't worry about it. But if you feel that the speed of your backswing and transition is throwing you out of whack, out of sequence, then actually having that little pause can really help you start your downswing correctly. Now, a lot of golfers feel they're going to lose speed and power from there. But if you look at a lot of players coming through from a lot of the Asian tours with that slow backswing, that little pause at the top of the backswing, they're still generating plenty of speed. So I don't think it has to be a power loss. Let me just try one. So I'm just going to jump in, and I'm doing this with a driver. This is relevant with any golf club, whether we're talking about an iron or a wood. I'm just going to try and get that feeling of having a little pause before I start my downswing. And my downswing feel is going to be that it is my lower body first. Now, we could discuss which part of that is going to be working first. I'll put some links to a few videos that I've filmed about the downswing and about the lower body movement. Personally, I like the sensation that my lead knee that's kicked in a little bit here, you'll see as I rotate on the backswing. I want to get that feeling that my lead knee moves back out towards my lead foot. Now, what does that do? That allows my hips to recenter themselves in the start of the downswing. So for me, that's the feeling I like. But I think when you're doing these drills, you'll perhaps pick up on what the sensation is to you. So I'm going to have that little pause before I hit to try and sequence my downswing. Not bad, not bad that one, just missing target, just to the right hand side there. I'm going to hit one more, try and hit it a little bit straighter. If you haven't done this before, it'll take a little bit of getting used to, but again, getting that feeling of a little pause. So you can start your downswing with your lower body first, not your upper body lunging. Remember, this is especially for those golfers who are really dominating with their upper body, potentially hitting down, losing a lot of distance, potentially affecting their swing path. We tend to see downward angle of attack and out to wind swing path. We want to see the opposite really with a driver. So let me have that little pause again and try and get the feeling of starting the downswing with my lower body. Now that felt really, really good. It wasn't quite as an exaggerated pause as the first one there. It just felt a split second. It just felt smoother in that transition. So once you've actually done some where you've done a real proper pause, maybe a second or so, do some where literally it's just feeling like there's a slow down movement, that we're not trying to rush that transition movement. I really like the sensation with golfers I teach and asking them to allow the feeling that their arms drop, they're not being pulled downwards. So the feeling is that the downswing is starting with the lower body, the arms are being left lagging behind. For me, that's a really powerful sensation. But I think with drills and exercises, a bit of practice time, even starting without the golf ball, it's really going to help you get that feel if it's an area you struggle with. If this video has helped, make sure you hit the thumbs up to show your support. Do subscribe to my channel, it's for free, at least 2 instructional videos a week. And if you hit the little bell icon there, you'll get notified when every new video goes live so you don't miss another one. Cheers guys, we'll see you soon.